Hello students, good morning. In class 10th civics we were reading political party chapter. Till now we have understood the political party has three important components. Among them the very first and the most important one is the leaders, then we see the active members, and the last one the followers. After that we have to read about the functions of political party. When does a political party, what does a political party do? What is their basic function? Basically, political parties fill political offices and exercise political power. Means political party जितनी भी होती है उनका काम ultimate ये होता है to have the political power, to gain that political power. When they gain that political power, somehow they will occupy some offices, some government offices, some political offices. So the basic functions of a political party is to fill that political offices. When they will gain in power, they will gain the power and exercise the political power. When they gain that political power, definitely what the other thing they are going to do is they will exercise it on the masses. Parties do so by performing a series of functions. How these parties do? They perform a series of functions. The very first one, the most important one is parties contest election. That means any particular party you see around the world, not only in India, the basic function they will do, the utmost function, the very important function they do is they contest in the elections. When they will contest in the election, this is the only way, only through they will able to gain the power. They will occupy some government offices. So in most democracies, elections are fought mainly among the candidates put by the political parties. In every election, in every democracy, elections are fought mainly by among the candidates put up by the political parties. Whatever the political parties give nomination to any particular candidate that's from this party, this particular person, Mr. A, will contest from this constituency. So they basically put the name of the people who are going to contest by their side, by their party. Parties select their candidates in different ways. That means there are different methodology adopted by different political parties around the world, and they select their candidates in different ways, various ways. In some countries such as the USA, members and supporters of a party choose its candidates. There are some countries like USA, members and supporters who are the political members of that particular party as well as the supporters of that political parties choose their candidates. The very next one is, now more and more countries are following this method. Means we will decide who will contest from our political party. If you are a follower of any particular party or you are a member of any political party, in the meeting you will decide that from that constituency who will contest, who will get the ticket to contest in the election. So these are decided by the members of different political party, not each and every member. Please note it down. It is not possible like India, like countries like India, like democracies like India, where millions and billions of people are the followers of any particular party. So only selected people who are on the top-notch level, who are on the apex level of that particular party, who are having affiliation to the political party from very long time, they only select, they have their authority to choose the proper candidate. So now more and more countries are following this method. In other countries like India, top party leaders choose candidate for contesting election. That's what I was saying. In a democracy like India or countries where there is too much population or too many members, it is not practically possible to everyone come and select that who will be the candidate from which constituency. So only the top leaders who are the oldest, you can say, who have the more experience, who have more authority, they only have that authority to select, to choose the real candidate for any election, any constituency. Second function is parties put forward different policies and programs. Parties put forward different policies and programs and the voters choose from them. That means as every election get conducted, the very first thing you have observed around the world and even most probably in India, that they declare a kind of manifesto. Manifesto is nothing but the blueprint or an outline or a framework they design that after they will come in the power, what are the few things they keep in topmost priority. They have the only one thing they have to do, and the most common thing is they have to do welfare of the people from across the walks of life, whether you belong to a poor community, you belong to rich or middle class, whatever caste, whatever government will do, it will do the welfare of all. Means whatever the policy it will make, it will consist of the people's welfare from every walk of life. So in this manifesto, the different political party declares their outer line, you can say, a framework, a blueprint, that what is going to do what are they going to do in a very first shot, in a very first strike, and the voters choose from them. Each of us may have different opinions and views on what policies are suitable for the society, and what are the best you can say manifesto or policies or the programs of that political parties, these being selected, these being voted. Means if you are influenced through that particular manifesto, you are going to say, yes, we want this is the right manifesto, we are going to vote for you definitely in any scenario, because your manifesto is more appealing and we like it. When people like it, majority will give vote to that particular party, and if they get the vote of the majority, then they will able to win elections. But no government can handle such a large variety of views. In a democracy, a large number of similar opinions have to be grouped together to provide a direction in which policies can be formulated by the governments. This is the core. This is the manifesto, core of manifesto. That means in a country like India, I think there are 1.3 billion people in India, and each one have their own opinion, thoughts, likes, dislikes, ideologies, and each government cannot put forward all the views, opinions of everyone. So what we have to do, we have to be selective in the sense we have to choose what majority of them wants. If 100 people are there, what are the more than 50 people wants? That is the basic thing, that is the most important thing. So they group together the opinions of the majority, and on that basis they make a outline or plan. A party reduces a vast multitude of opinions into a few basic positions which it supports. Means they try to summarize the whole views and opinions of the people, what people want from the government. A government is expected to base its policies on the line taken by ruling party. Means whatever the ruling party will think that this is the proper way, this is the proper approach, this should be the proper thing we should adopt, then the government will try to work on that basis. Right now BJP is the ruling party, and among in the government is our government at union level is following whatever the directions of the ruling party. So students, that's what today we read in the functions of political party part 1 and part 2. After that we will read the third function of the political party. Till now, thank you so much. Have a good day.